Short delivery, and he's pulled that away. Where's that one gone? It's almost flat batted, I think, down to long on. And that will go for 6 or 10 runs in the over.
Yeah.
A good delivery. And that one's dug out a bit on. The throw comes in, and it's another single there. And that will be the 50 for John Campbell.
Really batting well.
This time he goes flicks and he flicks. He doesn't try to keep this one down. That one goes down to wide long on. And that's a 6 for Kirk McKenzie. The Jamaicans are enjoying themselves on home too.
A shot he plays often.
He goes back off the back foot and smacks him through the extra cover region. And that's 4 more to the Jamaicans. Johan Lane to continue. And Campbell, well. He has decided, I'm going to get to my 100 first, and he hoiks that one into the mid-wicket region.
I don't rate you. Well,
goes big again this time. Has he thrown it away? Skies it up in the air. Shamar Springer's coming around, and he has spilled it. My goodness gracious me.
Did he spill it or did he take it?
A good attacking field for the new batter as Lane comes in again. He gets an edge on this one, and that is straight to Dapper at the slip position. Johan Lane gets a second. That's the end of Carlos Brown. Jamaica have lost their second wicket. Short deliveries, pull this one. Does he get a piece of it? He does indeed, and it runs into the ropes and he backward square leg for 4. And what a celebration by Kirk McKenzie. Back-to-back hundreds for him. Another short delivery. Pull this one down to square leg. It's in the air. Unfortunately, he's hit it straight to the fielder. That's the end of Kirk McKenzie. He's thrown away his hand. Jamaica 258 for 3. The player moved to deep backward square leg. Short delivery whacked away by Barnes. Gets the treatment that he deserves. That's a towering 6 by Brad Barnes. And the smattering of spectators here at the Kingston Cricket Club, well, they enjoyed that one. Goes for the big hoik, hits it straight, dead straight. That's 50 for Javel Glenn, and boy does he bring it up in style with a 6 over long off. Dancing up the pitch again, goes straight. Oh my goodness, that's a wonderful catch by Jair McAllister. I cannot believe that. He went at that one-handed and he may have done himself an injury, but what a catch. Feeling for that one, he gets the edge this time. Shamar Springer strikes. Unfortunately, that's the end of Brad Barnes. He's been flirting with all those deliveries outside the off stump.
A man brought in close on the offside.
Edge straight to the short leg fielder. And that is the end of Abhijay Mansingh. He doesn't bother to trouble the scorers at all. Caught, and Jamel Warrican strikes again. That's a good delivery. That's in the air, and that's taken. Romain Morris has thrown it away. Springer got one that was sort of swinging in, and Romain Morris just punches it to that mid-wicket region. Feeling for that one. Is Boucher taking the catch? That is a brilliant take, and the finger goes up. That is a wonderful catch from Lenico Boucher.
Look at this. He is half playing, half not sure that he wants to play, half... It was just not convincing. Oh, it's an interesting catch, that.
Goes for a big swing on this one. Does he get enough of it? Just gets it over the head of long off. That will go over the ropes for a towering 6. So O.J. Shields has decided, well, I'm not going to hang around.
All round.
This time he gets a piece of that one. And of course, when Odin Smith hits it, it goes all the way for 6 into the big stands on the northern end.
Go back to bowling wide. Yeah.
He goes again. Does he get it again? He does indeed again. 2 sixes in a row. It's the Odin Smith show. Gets a piece of this one as well. Where does he get that one? Through the extra cover region.
Was that a drop catch?
Yeah, it was a drop catch actually. And they're coming back for the second. And Odin Smith survives. Almost losing his wicket twice in a row there.
For sure.
Goes for the big slog sweep, and he gets a piece of that one. Gets that through cow corner, and what do you know? It goes for 6. Odin Smith just staying quiet for a little bit, but he can always release the shackles whenever he wants, and that's a brilliant shot. Dancing up the pitch, hikes that over mid-wicket. Where does that go? It's gone over the stands, I believe. All the way, and it's a half century again for Dean Smith. Brilliant batting by the pugnacious Jamaican all-rounder.
This was cranked down the track, and that's gone. Gone. Where was it? Well on top of the third floor.
Beautiful delivery. I think he's got an edge that time. Yeah, that's the end of Dean Smith. That's the end of the excitement. 456 for 9. A wonderful knock from him. This final wicket off quickly. OJ Shields goes big. He hits that high in the air. Springer will take the catch actually, and that is the end of the innings. Another short delivery. This one is high in the air, and it's a towering 6 over the backward square leg into the Kingston Cricket Club. Slim, he looks very small. But he's actually a fairly decent height. That one goes fine. That will run into the ropes for 4. And will that be 50 for Shane Mosley? It should be indeed. Congratulations to the Bajan opening.
Whoa.
Bowled him. Salmon sneaks through and Mosley goes. That's the fall of the first wicket. He's very unhappy with that one. But the Jamaicans are delighted as the first wicket goes with the score on 105. Half century in regional cricket. Will he get it there? He does indeed. Half century for Craig Braffett. A wonderful little Craig Braffett knock. Playing himself back into form. He got a half century in the second innings of that game at Chedwin Park. So he follows it up with another half century here. Oh, that's a lovely shot. Dragged from just outside off stump. Maybe a little bit too full and bunted down the ground by Craig Braffett. Goes deep into his crease and hoiks that into the mid-wicket region. How far does it go? It goes for 4, but either way, it's a half century for Jonathan Drakes. O'Neill Cruikshank multitasking there. He's on the phone, he's carrying goods, but he still is able to do some fielding. Settling in. And this time, Jonathan Drakes goes high in the air. This one is taking it long off. Unfortunately, Drake throws away his hand, and Mansingh takes the wicket. He's hit that shot before on occasions. Straight down the ground. How much does he connect with this one? Does Craig Braffett? I think that was. Yep, that was a lovely shot. And Craig Braffett has actually hit a 6, as dead as you like. Angled bat, but effective. 17th to the 20th. This one has missed field by the fielder. And will that run into the ropes? It runs very close indeed. And does Craig come back for his 100? And of course, cricket is a glorious game of uncertainties as Braffett turns this one fine down the leg side. Carlos Brown will have to run after it. Dancing up the pitch to this one, hits it high over long on. Does he get all of it? That is 6, and that will bring up a 50 for Kevin Wickham. It's not that far from that 64 that you mentioned.
Well, there's a word.
Goes through the extra cover this time, gets it square into the Kingston Cricket Club ropes. Another 4 for Kevin Wickham. Flicked into the leg side, and that's actually the top score for the match because, of course, and dropped. Oh my gosh! One of those awkward bunts by Craig Braffett.
Could this be 3 in a row?
I think it very well might be a finest of tickles. And Kevin Wickham, take a bow. You punch the air in delight. You take off your helmet and you acknowledge your hat-trick of centuries. Short leg, straight to short leg. That is the end of Kevin Wickham. They finally strike. Pete Salmon takes another one. Take a bow, young man. It's been a brilliant innings.
Both good and bad in many ways.
He gets this one, flicks this one down to the backward square leg. And as we say that, Craig Clement Braffett of Barbados will bring up 150 runs. We're a bit in the last over. Let's see how he goes this time. Goes big again. Does he get enough on it? No, the catch is taken out long on. Roston Chase trying to be too aggressive and he's thrown away his hand.
Oh, that's a catch? Yes, they're celebrating it.
Beautiful delivery. And I think he's actually bowled him there. That is the end of Craig Brafford. A wonderful delivery by Pete Salmon to get rid of Craig Brafford. He is suffering a lot of cramp here. Is he? No, I think that's spilled by John Campbell.
Oh, my goodness.
And then maybe put Jamaica into bowl for the final session and see if they can get some bowling points coming out of that. That would be my theory. And not sure if there'll be any rain delays today. In and around that area this time, but a little bit too straight. And Carl Mayers creams that over wide long off for maximum. Correct, yep.
Right.
That's a nice hoik by Carl Mayers. That is beautiful. That is elegant. And it is also destructive as he slams mid-wicket with another towering 6. Goes for this one. Does he get it over long on?
Yeah.
He does indeed. That's a towering 6 by Carl Mayers.
In a position to enforce. Oh, that
big again. Does he get it big again? He does indeed. It's big again. It's Kyle Mayers. Dancing up the pitch, hits this one over wide long on. That is absolutely brutal from Kyle Mayers. That has gone 1.5 miles, and he will tailor his way to 84. Goes again. Does he get it this time? No, he doesn't. It's taken at mid-wicket. That is the end of Kyle Mayers. Unfortunately, the show does not go on for much longer. Goes to the big swing. That goes high in the air. Romain Morris is coming around. And the catch is eventually taken by a fielder diving away at gully. I think that is number 11. That's Pete Salmon. Excellent catch by Pete Salmon.
Round 1 with, 5 points?
That's a big shot.
That is it.
Does he get a big shot? Does he get it all the way? He does indeed. That's over wide long on for towering 6 by the towering tailender Johan Lane.
Yeah.
Goes again. Does he get it enough again? He does indeed. Again, Johan Lane. Wonderful cricket from the tailender.
Happy with his overall fitness at the start.
Swiped at that one straight to mid-on, and this catch is spilled. Brad Barnes is disconsolate.
Anything ginger related for real.
Big swing by Johan Lane. Where does he get this one? Into the big long on area. That's another 6 by the big man. That will take him up to 42. Goes to the big swing again, high in the air, and that will be taken at mid-off. Shamar Springer trying to force the issue here, and I think the Bajans will walk off at this point. Yes, they are indeed.
Here is the dismissal. And trying to clear long off, but ball skying out to Royal, who had come on as a substitute in the end, took that well.
They at the end of the over, not a bad over from him.
Oh,
it's caught. Oh, my goodness. That was straight to cover. And that is the end of Kirk McKenzie. So it works there. Jamel Warkan taking an easy one. So the Carl Mayers experiment worked.
Yeah. So there's a game within a game.
That one straight down the leg side. It's in the air, is it? No, it's a little bit aerial. It is indeed aerial. That one is flicked off the leg. That seemed as easy as you like for Javel Glenn. Flicked. Upper sleeve, straight back to the bowler. Well. Johan Lane in his follow-through takes the catch. Javel Glenn goes. Jamaica Scorpions in a spot of bother here. Now they're actually out on Nelson. 22 for 2. That's a short delivery up in the air. And it's taking a deep backward square leg. Johan Lane strikes again. This time the short ball working. That is the end of Brad Barnes. Jamaica. You're trying to force the Jamaican on an edge, and there is the end of Carlos Brown, 46 for 4. His vigil ends, 13 runs on the board. Goes for the sweep again, he gets it in the air, and the catch is spilled by Shamar Springer coming around from deep backward square leg. Chris Taylor looks across at Warrican. Solidly defended by Romain Morris. John Campbell looks as nervous as anybody can be.
He goes up again. Well, now they're doing it. Thank you very much. It was
I
nice.
think it is
with you.
official, yeah. The hands are being shaken here